Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to episode 7 of It's Expensive, but Is It Good? Today we take a look at a game, if you dare to even call it that, Pokemon Box on the Nintendo Gamecube, which has been clearing over $1,000 online and beyond. If this ever slipped through your fingers in the past, it's the kind of cheddar and regret that would make you want to tear off the tip of your Weedle. With such a price, it must be a fantastic addition to the library, a fair assumption to make. But when discussing Pokemon Box and its absurd NTSC value, you're in for a big poly whirl. Usually, we'd have something to play and evaluate, an adventure or challenge to complete in order to determine if an expensive game is possibly worth it. But Pokemon Box is different. It's not a game at all. You could call it a utility disc, but not even an important or necessary one. You can store Pokemon on there, up to 1,500. But by Generation 3, there was a total of 386 Pokemon. So what exactly is the point in that? To encourage time waste and digital hoarding? Having over 1,100 more open spots than different types of Pokemon might lead somebody to that conclusion. The NTSC version of Pokemon Box was only available in New York at a Poké Center for a short period of time. While there are actually a lot more available abroad, it was much more well distributed in Japan, and there's about 100 times more of them. No exaggeration. And even the PAL copies are only a bit more than that. Why wouldn't somebody just get one of those? It's because the contents of the disc couldn't possibly be what's important here. That's not what's driving people to pay over $1,000. It basically never is, with these ridiculous examples of anxious, greed-ridden gamers to fling to the next gold-plated poop coil like a bunch of desperate Venonats, ready to fall to their knees fumbling for money and take it in their mouths like a bunch of guzzlords. Before I get too critical, maybe we should pump the brakes, because right on the start menu, it makes you think, hey now, let's take it easy. It says adventure right there. Oh yeah, that's an adventure alright. It's called Ruby and Sapphire on the Game Boy Advance. Then you have display options. Oh yeah, this is totally worth the price of admission right here. What a freaking game. Before you get all defensive and wiggly tough, I want you to understand what I'm about to say isn't with any malice, but it's the truth. Imagine paying over $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 for a Generation 3 Pokemon PC on your GameCube. The whole idea is a giant pile of dugong. Owning Pokemon Box is like winning the biggest tiny dick measuring contest of all time. For all of the slowpokes completely missing the point, people can spend their money however they want, whatever makes them happy. Just like if I was some psycho that paid somebody to hammer my nuts or twist glass in my rectum, both of which would hurt about as much, possibly less, than ever witnessing myself purchase this completely useless, astonishingly overpriced piece of shit. Pokemon Box Charmander's chodes, it Bulbasaur's my balls, it Squirtle's my anus, and Pikachu's my pee hole. A price tag for something like this is a bitter pill to swallow. No doubt it'll leave you coughing and wheezing in disbelief that people could be driven to crave such a pointless item. To summarize, it's expensive, but is it good? No, it lick-a-tongues assholes and cloisters cooters. It blows Mareet matter and zigzagoons my piss to a boil. For anybody that has something to say, that thinks I'm being too harsh, I don't give a goddamn diglet. I'm involved in some groups and this hits close to home. Recently I saw somebody post their receipt from a local retailer showing how many great titles they got their ass split in half for trade value wise, just to pay another $350 out of pocket to nab this $1,000 Pokemon PC. They traded in a bunch of great, wonderful titles for this pointless item without any of its own adventure. It makes me wish I was there to stop them. I would have machopped their knees and went in for the machoke. Anything to stop them from committing such a horrible mistake. It electabuzzes my nipples and magmars my taint. It's like somebody having a bunch of classic, timeless novels in their collection, just to get bitten by some desperation and greed bug to trade it all in for a rare book with a shiny cover and empty pages. Am I jealous? Of course, in the same way I'm jealous of anybody that's managed to shit gold recently. If you're still on the fence of trying to get this game or defend its demand, just stop.
Stop it. Get some help.
Don't write me off. Give me a chancey. Mr. Mime was actually trying to break this down for me. In the nerd world of games and cards, this happens. Their feeble minds can't resist the temptation of something unusual. If this wasn't rare, nobody would care. In fact, I think my Pokédex is flashing because it detects a horde of potential purchasers, all somehow able to eat and breathe, They understand impulsive desires, but aside from that, there's not much else. It's far from the first game to skyrocket in value once all the schmeagles in the world see, "Oh, is that the next shiny object I need to make myself happy?" It's honestly sad. I hate to sound crabby, but it's Caesar's my sack. If you look like this or like this, yet have a room like this, and you think having rare stuff is what'll make you happy, you have it all backwards. Brush up on some things that'll actually help you. It's the next shiny object. You never wanted it until you heard it was rare. Stop it. Dump this game. Damn it to hell. What I'm saying flows from a heart of gold and a soul of silver. Pokemon Box deserves to be rubbed in the dirt and caterpied all over. It kaboo-tops my tip, it tentacruel stings my testes, and pulses my pimplup. This part of the gaming demographic isn't that much different than the idiots that pay 10 to 100x for a pointless name brand. It's just to feel special, and they're trying to compensate for something. The most interesting thing about Pokemon Box comes only if you're willing to sink near 100 hours or more if you deposit 1,499 Pokemon. You get a Pichu that knows Surf. Hey, that's actually pretty cool. You could end up with a Raichu that knows Surf. That's pretty neat. You could already do this in Pokemon Stadium. That really seals the deal right there. Stop chasing the shiny object. It'll consume you. Pokemon Box is why Psyduck gets headaches. It's why Rapidash is still running. It's why Charizard is so unbelievably pissed off all the time. You're better off getting barebacked by Tyranitar than ever legitimately pursuing an NTSC copy of this game. You're not missing out. That weird feeling you have, telling you it's not worth it, it just means that you're smarter than the crowd. It's not far-fetched in the slightest to say that there will always be a handful of people completely out of their minds. If this video upsets you, just lay down, snorlax, think about what I said, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day.